him over. And I see this all the time. My son is 4.5, and so if he does something really funny, or especially if there's a bunch of adults around, they all laugh because he does something. He will do that thing like 10 more times.
And you're like, dude, it's done.
It's done. The joke's fucking dead. And I'm like, Taryn, jokes can die. Like, I'm trying to explain to him, I want it to be a funny guy. And I'm like,
you're explaining death to your child.
I'm literally explaining joke death,
die,
right? Yeah. Forever? Yes, forever. Like, they're not funny anymore. Like, so I'm trying to teach him to...
He doesn't know why it's funny. He just knows the reaction.
Yeah, he just knows he did this. That was the reaction. So let me just do this. But he's 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can't blame him. He's still learning social interaction. But I just feel like every one of these guys with their fake funny profile photo picture that they dug up of a guy in a photo with a neck beard, it's like, they're my 4-year-old son, but they're not. They're 20, or they're 16, or they're 30, or whatever. Yeah. But they're doing that. It's like every video the same joke, and it's so not funny. Like it's so embarrassing, not funny.
The fedora wearing...
Hi, Jared, on the video. Hey, silly Jabernell.
The fedora wearing neckbeard thing is like a classical, like, friend-zoned, unattractive man thing. It's like, but even like, it's like, you're on an eHarmony date or whatever. So what do you like to do for fun? I like to pretend to be a fedora wearing neckbeard on YouTube. It's like, that's even worse, man. Yeah. Go get an actual fedora and an actual neckbeard. What? You're one step higher in getting ladies. Come on. It's worse. You're worse than the thing you're making fun of socially on the hierarchy.
Literally worse than the thing you're making fun of. Yeah. Too funny.
Yeah. Anyway. No, I only use Milady ironically, but I use it a lot on YouTube.
Jokes are like people then. Man, my son says funny shit all the time. Really funny stuff. And it's the most, I don't know. I want to make my Twitter feed like half like shit Taryn says. Like, honestly, pretty funny fucking stuff and some dark stuff and whatever. But
so the other thing about this video is that it does take balls to get up on stage. So you can give her that. She's got balls. She's got the bravery. But, like, how do you tell someone, like, suppose your friend did that, and they're like, what'd you think of my set? Would you be like, don't do that again? Or would you be like, it was good. It was good. Like, what would you say? If that was your friend, what would you say?
I don't know. Look at her. Well, I mean, she has 16.5 thousand views in the video now with only 9 subscribers. She knows this is going viral.
Yeah.
In some community, and she probably is, I would hope, smart enough to realize that it's going viral and cringe and people are making fun of how bad it is. Like, I'm just realizing her actual YouTube name, Emily Christofferson, is supposed to be funny because her name is Emily Bullinger, as seen in the video. But Christofferson, get it? Do you get it?
Dude, I
it's just even the YouTube name is.
I actually looked up cringe. I was like, because I was doing this, I'm like, is this cringing? Like, because I just want to make sure that, like, and it says it's like to put your body in like a certain position of like, and I was doing this. I was like, the power of art is to influence people in whatever way you want, create an emotion. This person has created an amazing piece of art that just cringes me. And I was doing it. I'm like, you have succeeded. And if this was your intention, like, you made me cringe so hard with your video.
Hey, babe. What?
What?
Hey, babe. His 3-year-old son is named Taryn, like from StarCraft. Mine is it's Gaelic for thunder. It is a Gaelic name, and it does mean thunder in Gaelic. But it's not that I was a big fan of the Gaelic word for thunder. But it's also the protagonist in a children's book series called The Chronicles of Prydain by Lloyd Alexander. And he got the name from the Gaelic word for thunder. So that's the link there. I actually, it was the first like sort of fantasy series I read as a kid, and it was like reading that book that when I was a little kid, you have those little kid dreams. I'm like, I want to be a writer. Like, it was reading that book, and so there was some, and it stuck with me. So my entire life, like, it's one of those things. Like, I'm like, if I ever have a son, I think I would name him this. It's a good name, huh? Mm-hmm. Lucky then.
I thought his name would be Protoss.
It's actually Taran, but I don't. We just say Taran because we're lazy Americans. So Taran. Oh shit! I put the phone back next to the mic. Sorry, guys. Thanks for the heads up. What was your favorite episode to act out in the original web series, and why? If you mean by act, like which one was the most fun to make in acting, like in terms of the acting component of it all, like on set? Well, I think it has to be episode 2 because that literally involved drinking a couple pitchers of beer and going out on the town and randomly talking to girls, and so we had a good time. Yep. And as a matter of fact, there's we meet those 2 girls in the street, the dark-haired ones.
We still don't know their names.
Yeah, the ones. There was the I don't.
We don't know if they know they're in the show.
No, like they almost certainly don't know they're in the show. We never got releases from them. We were so irresponsible back then. But could have had sex with those girls. That's what I'm going at. Those girls were
10 years later. We're like, oh my god.
No. I knew it that night, Jeff. I think that why don't you come back to our place? Like, was a pretty good indication of they're really into us and they really like the idea of the show we were making. Girls on camera.
Did they want us to come back to that?
Oh no, the girl that licked my face was like, "What are you doing? Like, why don't you come back with us? Like, whatever." And she was like, full on, like, was like begging for the cock, man. Yeah.
The one that licked my face.
Yes. Did you figure it out at the face licking, or the? But yeah.
Yeah, we never released that footage of the face licking.
What? Oh, we didn't?
No.
Oh, I thought that was in the DVD extras.
Maybe it is.
Someone will say it in the DVD extras. But anyways, she's not a bad-looking girl. Like, she's kind of a cute girl, but she was obliterated, and we had work to do.
It's fucking 10 years ago, too.
You know, and I wasn't single. I'm an honorable man, right?
He's
I say milady to my girl.
Milady. That's how it goes.
The brew of choice is Sapporo. These days, I have really digging it. If it's not Glenlivet, which is what it was last night, dude. It was unlimited Glenlivet, multiple bottles on the table. So I was like, oh, I'm fucking dead. And then half the party was Montrealers, so I'm like, holy fuck, I'm dead. So some guy's just making me these like rye cokes, huge ice, crazy things. He's like, here's my drink that I make. It's like my drink. He's like bartending, so I had to take those, and then I had my scotch. I'm like double fisting the whole night, like
scotch and rye cokes, eh?
Yeah. That's classy.
So that's some powerful drinks.
No microbrewery hipster stuff. I'm really not. Defecated. Good work on the defecated. Yeah, I'm not into hipster beers. Like I really don't like dark and thick beers, especially unfiltered beers. Like, not into it at all. It tastes terrible to me. It took me years to acquire a flavor for beer at all. Like, I couldn't even drink this for so long. But 1 minute until Bretac turns 29. Oh my God. Well, you know what? Because of the stream delay. Happy birthday, Bretac.
Yeah.
By the time you read this, you'll be 29. 1 year off seriously considering what the fuck went wrong with your life. 30 is that age, man, where you gotta ask yourself some serious fucking questions. But yeah. My second favorite episode was probably episode 10, kissing Miranda, because I was like, get to kiss a girl and call it work.
There you go, girl. Working, making out.
Yeah. Did the first scene, and she's so polite. She's like, Jared, like, generally, like, actors, like, you don't usually use the tongue, like, in the... oh my god, I got really into it. I'm sorry. She's like, no, I really didn't mind. It's just that, usually you keep your hands on the outside of my clothes. So I shouldn't have also felt your breast even though it was off camera? No, I should. But,
hey, I want to say something about beer. Do you know about this restaurant? So apparently there's a phenomenon or whatever. It's a fad in Japan. Where they serve beer really cold, like Sub-Zero beer.
Yeah, who doesn't like cold beer?
But I mean, like, special. Remember when we were in the UK and they had like Guinness that was like super chilled to like 2 degrees or whatever Celsius.
Yeah.
And it was like, and for those that don't know, 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing point of ice at standard pressure. Now, so this apparently you can serve beer because it contains alcohol. You can serve it below zero.
Yeah. They had that at the bar in Calgary. At the airport, sorry. At the airport.
Really?
At the bar in Calgary. Yeah. At the airport bar, the Molson bar, it's sub-zero. It's so goddamn cold. It's sub-zero Molson Canadian.
So there's some sushi places in Toronto that I haven't been to that I really want to go to that have Sapporo on tap.
Sub-zero.
Sub-zero Sapporo.
Oh, fuck off.
It's like, it's done. It's like, sushi there every day. I'm in Toronto. Like,
yeah. Jeff's an alcoholic.
Oh, for sure. For sure. When it's like,
for sure.
Like,
I do not deny.
Like we used to have when I worked for the physics department, we used to have a fridge that was set to minus 6.2 degrees Celsius. It was a fine-tuned fridge, and you could put a can of Coca-Cola in there, and it was so cold, and you bring it out, like, it's the coldest Coke, and then you open it, psh, and then ice crystals form on the top of the can of Coke, and it was just so refreshing to like drink cokey, slushy ice out of it, and it was just like minus 6.3 at that pressure. It's too much. The whole thing freezes. It was minus 6.2. Was that this guy had fine-tuned this refrigerator to be at, and it was amazing drinking Coke out of this fridge. But now, anyway, a cold beverage, man. I'm a big fan.
There's a guy in the chat. 420 Nickelback 420. I'm 35 and drinking some Bud Light. Listen to the Nickelback, like, dude. I know you're kidding. But if you weren't, you would actually possibly have, like, you would have hit 0 Kelvin on the taste scale. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty funny, man. Yeah, my buddy drinks warm flat beer. Kevin P.
No way.
Yeah, warm flat beer. And when we go out, he'll get a pint and he'll get an empty glass with it. And as he sits there with you, he just pours it back and forth. Just to get all the fizz
flatten it out.
Just to flatten it and sip it. It's like, oh, God, it's still too fizzy. He'll just flatten it out. Get his next beer early so it can sit there and warm up on the table. Just like warm flat. I mean, he's English, but he takes it too seriously. Yeah. Because, ale is supposed to be drank at room temperature and relatively flat. Like that's... So he'll get an ale in Canada, which comes cold and carbonated, and then he'll flatten it and warm it. And then... But he also listens to death metal, so...
Well,
Scary guy, man.
Some people Some people
eat shit.
They eat their own shit.
They do. Some people do. So last night, speaking of shit, when we were leaving the reception of the wedding, and it's like 4 a.m. or something, and we had driven to the reception, and so we hired one of those services, which was drive your car home for you, and then you sit in the car, and the guy shows up and drives your car home for you. Because I don't want to drive on 80 drinks. Yeah. And so this guy, we get to my cousin's house where I'm spending the night, and he says, I really have to go to the bathroom. Do you mind if I gotta really take a piss? He's like, holy shit. I'm like, okay. So like, no problem. Like, super nice guy talking to us. And so guy goes in the house, and then a couple seconds later leaves. We pay, and we all go in, and everyone just sitting around in the living room. One last nightcap. And I'm like, I gotta take a pee, and I go into the bathroom, and it's like the smell overwhelming, power overwhelming. Literally one of these moments with the shirt. I'm like, holy fuck. But I was so out of it, like I didn't realize if anyone used it before. I thought maybe my cousin went in there, or Stacy, or someone went in there right before me, and I was about to bust some balls when I got out. And so I get in there, I'm like, holy shit. I put my shirt up, and I lift the seat. There's like shit spray, like all over the toilet, like the seat, everything, like. The smell was so bad, not because someone had taken shit
on
in
the
there,
seat,
because there was shit in there. Like it wasn't the remnants of it. It wasn't the memory of the shit. The shit was still there. It was still there. He didn't leave it. He left it for. I literally started looking on the floor. I was looking at the bottom of my feet because it smelled. Because there's a difference between actual shit in a room smell and shit that was in a room smell, right? There is a big difference. So there was a panic moment where I'm like, I'm stepping in shit. Like, I think that guy came into the house and shit all over the floor and left. The guy who drove our car home. But
wow, weird. Why would he do that?
I don't know. But he didn't. He just had explosive diarrhea.
So on the seat?
It was just all over the seat. And I didn't find any on the floor. We couldn't find anywhere else.
Wait. How do you shit on the seat when you're sitting on the seat?
Well, I mean, sometimes you've never seen it. Like, Dave used to do this to my toilet all the fucking time. I asked Dave. I guess when you, like, sit forward and then you have explosive diarrhea, it must fly kind of backwards out. But it goes up onto the seat, up onto the bowl up on everything. And this guy did that. The guy who drove a car and then just left. Like, he didn't look. He didn't sit up, wipe his butt, turn and go, shit, I got shit everywhere. I should probably take care of that. No, he doesn't do that. He wipes his butt, walks out. And I'm not taking care of that. I'm not.
Well, whose house was it?
It was my cousin's house.
And why are you not taking care of that?
It's not my house, man. I came out and let my cousin know he's got some shit to take care of. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, guys, I came out and had to break the news to the group of people in the living room. I'm like,
do you think there was any
doubt? I was not in there long
that it
enough.
was not, in fact,
No,
you?
I was not in there long enough.
Oh, okay,
it's
good.
impossible. It was impossible. They probably heard me gagging too while it was terrible. It really was terrible. But
let's up the class. You want some Perrier? Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to break the all-time low class part talking about shit, breaking the shit, but.
Oh man.
Oh, what am I doing with this life that I'm listening? What am I doing with my life that I'm listening to this right now? This Infinite Veritas. Infinite Veritas! A tip of the hat to you, sir. How are you and your lady doing tonight? Alright, Blackhawks and Blue Jays, sure, man. I just needed a hat. And they sell a lot of these in Toronto, and no excuses. I don't even watch baseball. I don't know. But baseball sucks, man. Sorry if you like it.
Jeff, are you going to release some of the unreleased music from the web series? I have released all of the unreleased music from the web series. So yeah, go to Pwnage.com in the music section and download it, and you'll have it. Have it on your own computer. There are some unfinished tracks, some of which I might incorporate into the movie soundtrack. So we'll see what's going on with that.
Sweet. Yeah, they're all on YouTube, right?
Yeah, yeah, they're all. Well, the actual Pwnage soundtrack is all on YouTube, but I've got direct DRM-free MP3 download links on Pwnage.com for all the other music.
What? My hat's straight? Oh man, I'm sorry. I think my girlfriend's breaking up with me via text. So I'm watching this instead of playing games.
What are the text messages, man? We're going to help you out.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Tell us the text, man. We will tell you the response, and we will salvage your relationship. You have to trust us.
Or we're gonna make you like ninjutsu, depending on what you want, of course. We can make it happen. We can make it all good.
That's shate heatery. Shate? Is that the past tense of shit?
Shite.
The Balzic! He just subscribed. You see
Balzic.
that?
Oh, nice.
It's funny how subtle it is. It's like it tones the font down. It's like it tries to sneak in there. Balzic just subscribed.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Balzic, man.
Balzic sub hype.
But Jeff, can you confirm if you will be singing in the movie soundtrack?
I might sing a track.
The original Io Noobs is greater than the reprise.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I might have to bust out some of my singing for the soundtrack. We'll see how it ends up. Usually, I watch the thing and I see where do we need music, what kind of music do we need here and there and there. But yeah, there are a few tracks I have in mind already. Looking at the script, but we'll see when we're in post.
You're gonna sing something, man. I should sing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sing something. You heard my do last week. Wow, Shade Heatery, that really, I was expecting this. She's like, she feels lonely because she has major medical issues. It's like, that's cringy.
Oh, no.
How do you, our advice be like,
you know, it's, yeah.
So she has major medical issues, but you're at home playing games? You should text her like, you should probably break up with me. I'm inconsiderate and selfish. No, I'm just kidding, man. There's too much missing context. I need to know. I need to know your ages, where you're both at in your lives, and stuff like that. And and if it's a new relationship, I'm gonna be so hard. If it's a new relationship and you guys been together just for a few months and you're still young in your life, just break up with him, man. Right?
Well,
stay away from major medical issues. That shit will haunt you long term. You know, it's like, well, we've been together 2 weeks. I really like her, but she's clinically depressed and cuts herself. It's like, you know, there's a lot of fish in the sea, man. A lot of fish. It's good to come home to smiles, right?
It's one of those things. Like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, you know, hi, my name's Cheryl. I cut myself and want to die, right? Like, at that point, it's totally okay to be like, yeah, I'm not interested in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
And it's totally fun.
Yep.
But, like, maybe you went for coffee once, and, like, halfway through coffee, she brings it up. Then it's like, yeah, you can still walk away, right? But then maybe you date for a week, and then you see each other 3 times.
You got
three times, and then she's like, yeah, I got this serious shit going on, and you know, it's like, at what point do you become support? I guess it's not technically. It's not until death do us part that you have to be supportive, regardless of circumstances, right?
Yep.
In sickness and in health, right?
No.
But
and if you love her and you're together a long time, and this shit emerges like a lot of stuff does, right? Late in life, you'd be surprised the number of mental illnesses that emerge late in life, late 20s, early 30s. This stuff comes out in people. You know, at that point, yeah, I mean, it depends how much you love her. Are you gonna work through that and carry that burden? But, you know,
Mayo Clinic in Florida learned autonomic issues that makes her so she can't work or drive. Pacemaker
as
at
a
26.
pacemaker at 26. Oh, ouch! Wow, that moment where you're like a little bit more grateful for your own health. Well, that's really shitty, man. He's 27, on and off for about 3 years. I hear that. Is that your phone?
Might be my fucking phone. Yeah, I think it's all depends on the circumstances and the details and the personalities.
I wanted to give funny answers, but now after hearing your story,
we're not making fun of that.
We need to talk for a long time, dude, before I could give you an advice that I think you should take.
Yeah. And
she's saying she doesn't want you brought down. It's another way of saying that she loves you very much, and she's legitimately like, yeah, really needs support. You know, not to guilt you on that, but I mean, like, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, when I was at San Diego Comic-Con, apparently I didn't know this because I don't go enough of the, you know, I don't go into enough of these cons as like as a guest, but like there's a phenomenon called line buddies. You make friends in line. You're standing in line for so long, and there's people around you. You just start naturally.
Yeah.
So it's
line buddies.
So I made a line buddy with this woman, and she's like very like fan of this, fan of that, and she runs some blog that is part of this show that she decided at the last minute to come to like the Comic-Con. And I found out within 5 minutes of talking to her, she's like, yeah, you know, it's good to get me out of bed and get me doing something and like have something to do because, you know, I'm dying of cancer and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I could be like completely like in bed now until I die, or I can get out and fucking go to Comic-Con and like do something. Yeah.
Oops, sorry, Jeff. Your story is really interesting. I didn't let a game to play it. I just
so yeah, it's like it was one of those interesting moments in my life where I'm like fucking line, fucking this, fuck this. Yeah. Oh god, this sucks. Yeah. And then it's like, yeah, I'm here because I really want to get out of bed because I'm dying. I have cancer, and I'm you know, and it was great. You know, we hung out. We were you know, had some drinks together, and we were like friends. We were like meeting other people, very social. Like Comic-Con is a great social vibe. You know, we're just chatting with a bunch of people, meeting new people, whatever, and just having a good time. And like, but yeah, it's like really adds some perspective on life. And when you're like, yeah.
But also, it's weird to be in line with someone and let them know you're dying of a terminal fucking illness. It's Captain fucking Bummer, man. Like, don't invite that girl to the party. You know what I mean? Like,
but at the same time, I don't know.
It's great, but you're only line buddies, dude.
I don't know. There's some value to the honesty of it all and like all that, but of course, now I'm going to treat her differently. You know, now I'm going to be like.
Well, my biggest fear, I think, like besides death, which is my actual biggest fear, but when you learn your terminal, because we're all terminal, man. You want to get deep, bro. We're all fucking dying, but when you're actually given a a short window to expect it in, right? Like everyone by this age is, when you're in the 30s, you've faced your mortality by this point. You've accepted. I'm a fucking dead man, but when you're dead within 6 to 12 months, it's a really different outlook, right? and my biggest concern about that outlook is not that I'm going to die, because I know I'm going to fucking die, and it would be that, is the last 6 to 12 months, is it going to be seriously interrupted? Is it going to be totally different than the rest of my life? Was my actual life over the moment you told me? Because now from here on out, I'm going to tell people I'm dying, and I'm going to get this sympathy thing, and people write on my Facebook, and I'm never going to have a legitimate, real, like, authentic, honest human interaction ever again, because no one's going to tell me to fuck off anymore because they know I'm dying. Everyone, to the day I die, is now going to have that look in their eyes of pity and comfort. That's a bigger concern to me. I wouldn't tell a fucking soul, dude, except, I would tell you because, our business interests are it would be an asshole thing not to be like, by the way, Jeff, I'm not going to live through the filming of the movie. I obviously have to fucking tell you, Oh,
shit, well, maybe I should tell you something.
No, dude, if you're not going to fucking make it in the movie, fucking tell me right now. But, I would tell my wife, and my business partners, because they need to fucking know. But I would not tell another fucking soul, because the last little bit you have left is tainted forever. And this girl's at a point where she's telling lying buddies she's dying. Like, man, she doesn't...
Well, she was also...
I'm saying she's probably... Maybe she's a nutter.
I don't know.
Some women, there's a psychological... They kill their kids for the Facebook sympathy. What's that called?
Yeah.
But maybe she loves the sympathy. Maybe she's trolling. Maybe she's right up there. She's like, I get in line with people waiting for hot dogs, and I tell them I'm dying of cancer so that I can see their awkward reactions. Maybe she was a little...
Maybe. Yeah, but, I also consider the fact that, she doesn't want people to treat her like a victim, and, it's like that. So it was just like...
We could not tell people you're a victim then. Right?
I guess so.
That's one fucking way to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it was an interesting person to meet in the lineup,
Yeah, I think the line buddy's a bit of an attention whore.
you think that? Oh, you concluded that based on...
I'm reading the chat. I just happen to agree with Shadowlink just a little bit. That's all.
Mm-hmm. I see.
But Shadowlink with the fancy sword beside his name. How did he get that fancy sword with the name? But it's because he's a mod, and I couldn't figure out how to demod him. Ignore, timeout, ban, off user, right?
I think I put that song... No, shit. Where did I put that song? Taji delete account. I can't remember. I think it might be in there, but I have it anyway.
There is only, literally... There is only add him. I just added him as a moderator 4 more times. That there must be somewhere I can go in the settings here somewhere here. If I do this, maybe here there's in here security and privacy. Is there list of moderators, or there's list of banned chatters?
You think there'd be the list of mods, eh?
Dude, I can't.
Twitch is like an education in UI design.
UI design.
Like it's like, sometimes if you want to improve your writing, you can read bad scripts. Like if you want to improve your UI design, you should click around Twitch a little bit. Great.
Wow. I hated myself. And this... We still don't have enough entries, by the way.
We have 2 entries in this photo contest.
So come on.
Jeremy's death in the movie.
We haven't announced any prizes. They're like, what am I doing?
Oh yeah, that's right. There's no carrot.
So what's... Yeah, we need a carrot, man. Let's...
Lol, it's /mods, noob.
/unmod? So I'm like, no, but seriously, is this going to work? Or what's this going to do? Or is everyone just going to laugh at me? SH4. He literally asked to be unmodded. He's like, I do not want the responsibility. He's unmodded! But he's not. Whatever. Anyways, here's mine. Says Jeremyitis. Yeah, we got that one, dude. No problems. Mm-hmm. You're the forerunner. Because we've only had 2 and yours is better than the other guys. And, the contest is photoshopping Jeremy's death, and you want to make it funny, ideally. and you can use anything Pwnage related whatsoever, and you can use any other.
I got a gut laugh.
Yeah, that actually did get an actual laugh, but actually still, I miss those shoes. Yeah, Jeremy's death, and you want to make it funny, and you can use anything with Pwnage. You can use anything you want. Whatever, man. Steal all the art you want to make it. And make it. That's the contest. Next time I'll make a graphic. Be like, Steve. You know what? I'll make a fun graphic. Oh, I can't on this goddamn. Wait, I got paint. So, what do we call them? Photoshop. Oh, shit. Photoshop contest.
Jeremy's death in the movie.
Jeremy's death. There. Whatever, man. Whatever. And then I'll save this as motherfucking
Pwnage.
There we go. I don't even know what that means. And here it is. And then drop it in. This is the great thing about export. Let me just drag and drop that. There we go. Oh, not a PNG.
The transparent.
That's probably
PNG.
when you said PNG out loud. I just processed that now. You should probably say that as PNG.
It is a PNG, but there was some background.
Oh no. New. Don't save. I don't know how to.
Transparent. There you go.
Is it transparent?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Photo. Wow. My brain. Photoshop contest. Jeremy's death. Okay. And that was PNG and title. Okay. So let's see what that looks like. Probably bad. No. It's just. You know what?
Fuck it. Just block out my head. Just fuck it. I don't have any.
The Photoshop contest, guys. Ready? Jeremy's death. You know what we should do? We could just. Oh, should I just do that? We could just chat source it, right? Can someone from chat quickly whip up a transparent background PNG that says
getpaint.net.
That says Photoshop paint.net. Is just about perfect, says Light Hacker. Impressive, says PC World, and it raises the quality bar, says Jeff Atwood. Sweet. Aww.
Nice. It's a good one.
Yeah. Got a little photoshopped heads, man.
Oh, you're owning as a ghost. Did you see that?
No. Oh, I am! Oh, man. Did I like lips there on the phone? Yeah. Lips on the phone.
Now the Patreon link is gone.
Did I seriously just... Is there like an undo? No way. Let me just go in here. And not be able to find it. I don't know where it is anymore. There it is.
Good thing you just drag and drop.
Yeah, nice. Look at that. Right. Awesome. Deleted that by accident. I'm a pro. So, okay, we're back. Right, back. Chat. Where the fuck is the chat? Boom, boom. Done. We're back.
We are back. Jeff, you still involved with Space Janitors? If so, can you tell us how production of Season 3 is going? It's going well. It's going to come out in September or October, and it's going to be good. And I'm not doing too much work on the post-production because I'm working on the Pwnage movie, but there are other people working on it and making it awesome.
Drawn Belchick just subscribed. Drawn Belchick.
Belchich with a heart.
Drawn Belchich. Yeah, thanks, dude.
Another entry. Here we go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Made in Paint. Photoshop torrented.
Great.
thanks for your literal submission. All right, don't actually. There we go. There we go. Nope. Done. Yeah, Robin Williams. Right. How do you stream without mentioning Robin Williams? Someone asked way early on how you feel about that, and I mean, I don't know really. I mean, everybody expresses their sympathy and condolences and etc. And I've obviously never met Robin Williams. I'm not of the caliber in which we would work together or anything like that. But I think I feel really bad for the guy. I think anytime you see someone in that position, I have like the opposite reaction, like most people. I think there's a lot of the reaction is like, how, you know, people that have no understanding of mental illness or really what depression means. And when you're totally ignorant of mental illness, you would think depression is, you had a bad day, get over it, dumbass. Like, but not understanding the chemical, unavoidable, controlling your entire life and the way you think, way that depression works. You know, you just don't get it all. And I think that, you know, when cases like Robin Williams occur, it really makes it obvious that regardless of your success in life, regardless of how much money you have or how many people recognize your face or the things that, you know, particularly people in North America, but I think all around the world value a lot, it has no fucking effect on you know, curing your depression or making you a happy person all around in life or anything like that. So I feel bad because he's a guy that's suffering from depression, and he's in a position because of his fame and his money in which it seems it would be even harder to deal with that depression, because most of the people that you would reach out to would be like, what the fuck do you have to complain about? You know, I'm picking up garbage every day, or I'm doing this and that, and yeah, your job's shittier, yeah. You don't have a chemical imbalance that makes you hate your life and think you're bringing everyone else down, and that the world would be better off with you dead, like he obviously thought, right? So I just feel terrible for the guy, because, well, I feel terrible for anyone who's in an emotional state where they're literally capable of overriding the most fundamental instinct you have. I don't think most people here, unless you've experienced depression, you can't even conceive of what it's like to be inside a brain in which, regardless of how awesome everything in your life is, you feel like it's hopeless and that everything is better with you gone. And I just think that if your life is actually shitty, if you actually have a shitty job and you actually have no money and you suffer from clinical depression, it's easier to seek help, because people that are ignorant of mental illness, which is most people still, we're still in the dark ages when it comes to mental illness, they at least identify shitty shit. And they're like, yeah, your life is shitty. Here, let me help you. It's easier to hold out your hand for help. But when you're Robin fucking Williams, and you're like, you're super fucking rich and you're super fucking famous, I bet you it's harder. I would assume it's even harder to complain to anyone. You're not allowed to complain. He can't go out for beers with his buddies and complain about his fucking life, because I bet his buddies looking at me like, fuck you, man. I just went to work for 8 hours today, accounting. Like, and you're going to fucking complain to me about your life? So it's like extra. It's unfucking believable to me that, well, it should be to anyone that doesn't experience it, that you can be in such a state of mind that when life is that fucking potentially amazing for you, that you take your own life in suicide because you feel it so bad. If that doesn't convince you of the scope and the severity of mental illness and clinical depression, then nothing can. You're just an idiot. I mean, it's fucking tragic, man. It's really, really bad. And there's people every day. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people that are suffering from this every single day. But when cases like this happen, you know, everyone recognizes his face. We all grew up watching his movies. Everyone feels like you knew him that little bit. So there's obviously a lot more general global sadness. But in a way, it's positive, because it's, again, like I just said, it's making people aware that, man, even with all that, you can be sad. Because depression isn't sadness at all. But, you know, anyway, man. I think it's unbelievably tragic. You know, you never see that sort of thing coming, and I feel really bad for him and his family. And as long with anyone else who kills themselves. But wow, what like an insight into how terrible that mental disease is, honestly, right?
Yeah, it's Russell Brand had a good rant about it, talking about sort of the perception of, like, you know, what is the world if, like, Robin Williams kills himself, you know, with all the shit going on. the funniest man on the planet commit suicide. Like, but I guess it's a call to reality. It's like Jared says, it says something about the severity and immutability of the mental illness and depression. It's not about having a bum day. It's not about the external things affecting you. It's about the perception and how you feel in a way that is beyond your control about the things that are happening to you externally, and it's always going to be shit. But yeah, it's really too bad. Robin Williams always had like a sort of dark tone. If you look, in between the lines, I think there was an episode of Mork and Mindy, or it wasn't Happy Days. I think it might have been Mork and Mindy, where Robin Williams plays himself as well as Mork. Have you seen this?
No.
And in this episode, Robin Williams comes to Mork and Mindy and whatever, they interact after a show or whatever, and Robin Williams kind of has this sort of he talks about himself as like a real guy, about how he doesn't say no to a lot of work. He always says yes, and he's always doing something. He's always working. He just came off of 18 months of straight work or whatever before he died. But like he was a guy that was just go and on all the time, and he would always do he was always working very hard and working on a lot of projects, and it was kind of he almost made it seem like it was a compulsion. And even back in the 70s during the Mork and Mindy phase, there was this kind of darkness to him in his life, and even though he was in a position that many would want to find themselves in professionally. Yeah. I came here to laugh, not to feel.
I came here to laugh, not to feel.
Did you click this already?
I think so. I gotta go to the bathroom. No more dark, depressing stuff, man. Poor monkeys.
Well, where do I send the Jeremy's death pic? You can link it in chat, and we will include it in the contest. Dem socks and slippers, exactly. Jared is actually wearing socks and sandals, and it is something that, like, I think I would really like to be fashionable, and because I think it's very comfortable, and yeah, I don't see on a fundamental level what is aesthetically wrong with socks and sandals, but my opinion, or my other people see what's wrong with it, but yeah, my view is not very common. So yeah, man, socks and sandals are the shit. They're comfortable, your feet breathe, it's amazing. They're not not too hot, not too cold, not exposed. Like I would honestly, I used to wear socks and sandals all the time, like 10 plus years ago, until people are like, dude, you can't do that. You just can't. Like I'm gonna be embarrassed to be seen with you. And I was like, really? Have you fucking tried socks and sandals? Just try it. Just like you slip them on, you walk, and you're going, right? And it's like, oh, maybe I'll do up my chacos, and like it's so comfortable on the bottom of your feet, between the sock being in the middle of the sandal and your foot. It's amazing. It's amazing. Try it. Yeah, it's just not hip. It's just not. It's not the culture. I'm glad you love socks and sandals, the slime. Fuck that. I'm gonna start. Do it, man. Do it. We'll have a socks and sandals comparison later. We'll do a Photoshop contest of. I want to see pictures of your feet with socks and sandals. and your girlfriend in tears in the background. Yeah, the revolution starts here. Honestly, if I was a billionaire, I would pay celebrities to wear socks and sandals to make it happen, to make it be fashionable. Because really, what's wrong? What is fundamentally wrong with it? World's oldest socks are made of sand. Wow. They're made for sandals, exactly, because the toe, of course, the toe wrap. Man, Socrates wore socks and sandals, I guarantee it. Yeah, man. You took off your sandals. You were wearing socks and sandals when I came in.
Okay, listen. I might have left them upstairs.
You see, I hate the girlfriend in this situation, crying.
I don't wear socks and sandals outside like Jeff. I wear them only indoors where no one can see them except people on the street. I wear them in my sandals in the basement because it's very cold. The floor is very cold down here. It's not an insulated floor or anything, and we're in a basement, so my feet get freezing very quickly if they touch the floor. So I end up wearing my sandals down here to keep them off the floor, and I wear socks to keep them warm as well. So it's a combination of your mom and your dad.
All right, so we're going to close the picture contest in 5 minutes.
Yeah, totally. Spiders. That's actually... This guy knows the real reason this slime. Also, man, you don't want to step on spiders on your socks. And if I ever see a spider running across the floor and I don't have my sandals on, I'm pretty fucking mad at myself for not being able to instantly take care of that business.
Oh, here's another entry.
You saw this coming to...
Yeah, it's a spam garbage. Marked as spam.
Yeah, I wanted to bring it up with you.
You click that and click that.
This one.
5 minutes left on the photo contest.
There's this one.
Oh, awesome. Oh, go back one. Do you know that's George W. Bush?
I do.
Yeah.
I do, yeah. And you can totally tell. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty classic. Pretty classic, man. Gamescom's over. I follow Justin Trudeau on Twitter.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just interested in hearing what he tweets about. I follow Stephen Harper as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly I think 50% of their tweets are condolences when there's some international incident. My condolences to the family of blah who died. My condolences to the family of blah. See, I care.
Like you really care.
I care.
You tweeted about it, therefore I care.
Jeff, you looked way different in the epic reveal of your face in the web series compared to now. Can you explain?
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
There was no lighting. And it was many years ago when I was clean shaven.
Yep. Jeff ages.
That's right.
As we all do.
Ain't no vampire, man.
Yep. Yep. Are you apologizing for wearing socks and sandals? I'm not apologizing. There's nothing wrong with wearing socks and sandals. I'm just letting you know that I personally do not wear them outdoors. That's all. And I don't because of the social stigma that I'm aware of. Because my girlfriend will make fun of me. Because my friends will make fun of me. Yeah. I was societized. I don't like to be made fun of, man. That's, that's how it is, man. There's a lot of stuff that I would like to do that I don't do because I don't want to be judged poorly.
Maybe I want to walk around naked.
I would be a naked walker, man. I'd be naked in a lot of situations that are cool to be naked in. I gotta be totally honest, yeah.
Yeah. Would you go on a nature walk naked in nature to be natural?
I really wish I could.
But there'd be a lot of bugs, though. You want a bug.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need a 360-degree bubble.
You don't want mosquito bites in your diac.
No, I love nudity, man.
Yeah.
That's particularly...
not in a sexual way, but just nudity. Huh?
Yeah.
A lot of people do that. They're like just natural.
It's the most comfortable state of being. Like especially back in the UO-EQ days. Dude, I was naked 99% of the time.
Like, and you're not talking about your character in the game. You're talking about you at the computer.
No, me at the computer. 100% naked.
Sure, played UO naked all the time.
There was no webcam. No one is going to see, man. In fact, I've got a couple funny naked stories. So once I'm playing naked, this is back in Calgary, and Joel moved in with us. He lived in the basement. It was Stacy's house. It's not the basement, actually. It was kind of like a bi-level split. kind of house. I don't know. It's a 2-level house, and the lower floor, which is actually the main floor, not the basement, but we lived on the second floor.
Had a kitchen.
Had its own kitchen, all this stuff. Yeah. So it's a kind of like a 2-suite apartment that used to be a house. And Joel moves in on the lower floor with a couple of other people that rent in the lower floor, and we lived upstairs, Stacy and I. And but we had like a 4PC LAN upstairs, so like every day Joel's up, and me, Stacy, Joel, and Mike also downstairs. We would just play so much like a 4-man FPS, and we went through a variety of FPSs, and but we'd always 4-man stuff together, and a lot of 4-man Diablo, and like just basically we had a 4-computer LAN in my living room, so we just we nerded out a lot. This is 15 years ago, and I got I'm always really naked when nobody's home. Like I've been since I was like a kid. Like I just like being naked. If no one's around, I'm not comfortable being naked in front of anybody. I just like when you're by yourself, like fuck clothes, right? Assuming that the temperature is acceptable. And so one morning, like I used to work night shift, and so I'd get home at like 7:30 in the morning, and then the first thing I do, I walk in, I take my shoes off, I walk up the stairs, walk in the bedroom, I take every goddamn article of clothing off, I go, after working the entire night, I'd crack a beer, and I'd sit down on my computer, and I'd start playing EverQuest. Like that's, at this stage of my life, what I do. And I got so comfortable doing this, so Joel moves in, and Joel got comfortable enough living with us that he would just like not knock, like he would just come from the upstairs. There was a door separating upstairs and down, but he'd just kind of come in. And to give you, just an insight into my comfort level. So one day Joel comes upstairs and he's like, "Hey, dude," I'm like, "Sup, dude?" And he sits on the couch there and he just starts laughing. And he's just like, he's completely freaking out. And it's not just like a laugh, like, "Ha, this is a funny joke." It's a laugh / panic / like, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, that's a fucking weird laugh." I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And he's just like, dude, and I'm like, "What?" And I look down and I'm like, my cock's hanging out, like I'm entirely fucking naked.
And was there like any like side?
Oh no, like it's like
it was just a chair.
But it's hanging between my legs, not like it's like I'm flapping around or anything. But
but your full side body,
my full body, like just felt like whatever. So and he didn't notice, he was so kind of like came up, he just said, "Hey," and he thought, okay, Jared doesn't have a shirt on, I guess, which would be and he just came in and sat down next to me and then looked at me and realized like Jared's fucking naked and didn't say anything when he came in. I'm like, "Sup, Joel?" As though I wanted him to find me naked, and this is a precursor to, "So, buddy, have you ever thought about me that way?" But so I look down and I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, wow, I'm so sorry." Like I'm like, "Would you mind? Like just can you look away?" Can you look away? Because then all of a sudden I'm super like conscious. So he looks away as I stand up and leave the room and go get some clothes on. But I lived in an apartment in downtown Toronto for a few years. I lived in an apartment and I lived on the 18th floor. And I got to know a guy at the end of the hall, and he had a 2-bedroom and I had a 1-bedroom. And then Stacy got pregnant, and we were thinking, okay, we need to expand or whatever. And his kids had moved out, and so he wanted to like shrink. So we were like, "Hey, let's swap apartments instead of going through the hassle of finding apartments." So we agreed with the management of the building that we were all renters, that we would just swap apartments. So we'd move our stuff down the hall, and we would upgrade to his 2-bedroom, and he would come to our 1-bedroom. And so we swapped these apartments, and 2 days after the swap, I'm home. It's just Stacy and I. She's in the bedroom doing something. I think I don't know what, getting out of the shower or something. And I'm at my computer, and I think I'm gaming or maybe working. I don't know, but I'm at my computer, and like I often, I'm completely naked. No, not even socks. Like just completely fucking naked. And I just hear the door open, and I just hear the door open, and I turn around. My computer chair is like right at the door. Like there's like door here, my computer, and my monitor here, of which I was facing the other way, and then the bedroom on the other side of the door. And so I hear the door open, and I'm at a computer, and I just figured like maybe it's Joel or Dave would come over every day and just walk in. So I'm like, turn around, I'm like, "Hey, like what's up?" And I spin around, like legs apart, just like looking this way, and there is like a 15-year-old girl in my house.
What's the legality of the situation here?
What is the legality of the situation here? And so immediately, like, I'm pretty shocked because I've never seen this person in my life. And they just walked into my apartment, and I'm completely naked. And it's like an underage girl, but she's pubescent. Like, it's not like she's a child where you can laugh it off, like, I'm naked around my son. I was like, whatever. He doesn't even understand the concept of being, concerned with nudity. So I turn around and I'm looking at her, and it's just this kind of funny moment where, she's literally, she just goes white, and she's in shock. She's staring at me, and her eyes kind of go down, and they go up, and she's just staring at me, and I'm staring at her. And I look down at my cock, and just to verify it's definitely hanging out. I'm like, okay. And she's looking at me. I'm like, hey. And then she doesn't say a word. And I'm like, hey. Like, she's literally in shock. So then I do this as a joke. Like, I find her face with my hand, and I kind of block my cock like this. Like, I block the view. I'm like, can I get something for you? She never said a word. Stacy hears this kind of happening, comes out of the bedroom, and is like, whoa. Turns this girl physically and escorts her out of the house. And the entire time, she never said a fucking word.
Yeah.
From her perspective, she walked into her dad's place because she'd already...
Like 3 days ago, it was her dad's place.
Yeah, 3 days ago it was her dad's place. She lived there in her childhood. Now lives with her mom, comes to visit her dad, walks in the front door, and there's a naked man right there.
And the furniture's all different.
And the furniture, but I mean, like, I don't even know if she's processing that. All I know is that she went into shock. Like, she was incapable of responding to me or Stacy. She just, literally her body shut down, and she just stared at me. That's all she did. It was like 30 seconds of the most awkward situation in my entire life. And then Stacy turns around and gets her out of our apartment, and I stand up and put some clothes on, and then I go down to her dad's place, which is my old place, and I knock, and he's like, what the fuck just happened? And my daughter's like, acting pretty weird, and I'm like, well, and I try to explain to him what happened. He's from Montreal. He thinks it's the funniest fucking thing that's ever happened.
Because he's from Montreal.
Oh, he's from Montreal, man. He's like, shit.
They're not so uptight about shit like that.
They're not so uptight. But it was definitely like, it was one of the most awkward situations in my entire life. There's no doubt about it. The awkwardness, not so much that I was naked. The awkwardness was talking to someone who's looking at you and not responding, who just walked into your home, right? It's a weird thing, right? But,
well, yeah. Her shock's understandable because I don't if it's too private, but like Jared has 2 dicks, so like. You don't see that every day. And she was looking at it, she's like, what? 2 dicks? Like, what? How does that happen? He's the guy on Reddit. You might have seen him. I don't know. He's the 2-dick guy on Reddit.
That's funny. So then after that, she learned of the show and everything, and I was not her, because her dad, it's like, yeah, and he introduced her to the show and all this stuff, and I don't know. Out there somewhere, she has her version of the story that's funny. It's like, so I go to my dad's place, and there's some old fucking man.
Yeah, that version.
Because
some old fuck.
I'm sure, when to a 15-year-old, a 28-year-old guy is old. Like, I think. Anyways, when I was 15-year-old guy, I thought 20-year-old women
were old ass teachers were 28.
They were 20, and I'm like, oh, ring. But she, I imagine, I like to think it was like the first thought in her head was, Dad's gay. Like of course. That's the first thought in her head. Wasn't like why is the furniture moved? Who's this guy? It's holy fucking shit, Dad's gay. Like there's a naked man hanging in Dad's living room. They just finished doing the butt sex like just moments ago. Yeah. There's the shower's on. You can hear it. The shower. The shower. Oh man. Yeah. So somewhere out there, then she got introduced to the show, and then maybe her friends watch the show. She's like, I've seen that guy's dick, man. That guy's dick. And I used to I joke about it, but it's also very true. I'm also very temperature hot by nature. So like I sleep without covers. I sleep nude because I'm always just temperature very hot. And so I usually crank the AC in my house. Like I like to keep my house fucking cold. And honestly, man, when she left and I calmed down and like the whole situation just, you had a moment to stop and think about it. I will never forget that my biggest concern, and the first thing on my mind was, that's not fair. It is so cold in here. Like, it's so goddamn cold. I was legitimately worried about her. Yeah, I was legit. No, but I'm not kidding. Like, my concern at that moment, I got to think about it more. I'm just saying, but at that moment, I remember thinking, like, it's bigger than that. Like, it's really, that's an unfair.
So what should you have done? Wait, let me get hard. Just let me just give me a second like that. Yeah. I was in the pool. There's a whole Seinfeld bit about that.
It's true, and it's true. I know. Yeah, I know. 15-year-olds are the most judgiest people in the world, dude. Whatever. I don't need her out there talking to little 15-year-old friends that guy from that TV show has a tiny cock, man. It's not fair, man. if it was warm in the room or I just finished or something, she'd be like, "Wow, dude, I saw it. It's huge." Okay, done. Conversation done. All right. So, anyway, she's out there somewhere. Her dad's name is Pierre. Very French name.
Well, it's a good thing that women have seen your dick. You know. Some women have not seen their dick.
That's true. Women have seen my dick. Men have seen my dick. Dave saw my dick. You know what's weird? We were playing. Sometimes, like when I get mad, it's you kind of rage in a video game. You just kind of do things like, and then you take the controller, you'll squeeze the controller. One day I'm sitting next to Dave, we're playing Smash Brothers, and I'm wearing sweatpants, and I will never understand. Why I did this.
It's some Freudian shit, man.
It is. So Dave kills my guy, and I do something I'm mad, and I just go, and I just rip my fucking sweatpants open and just show him my dick. Like that. It's like, and there's just that moment, and Dave's like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, yeah. There's a pretty big camera. It's like between of the number of people on Pwnage that have seen my penis.
On the Pwnage crew.
On the Pwnage crew, it's like none of them were really intentional. But it's a significant percentage that have seen my penis for some reason. I was so mad, man. Well, if you play fighting games, you understand rage. Like, and the guy's right next to you, you're so fucking mad. You're like, "That's my cock!" And it's over. It's done. You can't take it back, man. Yeah. Yeah. Dave's seen it. Joel's seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I'm like, you've fucking seen it, right? No?
No.
I'm glad. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen my.
I have seen yours. Yeah,
It was a pool party that got pretty crazy.
Yeah, Jeff knows parties that get out of hand.
Well, it was a dare thing. There was, somebody was like, "I dare you get in the pool," and who doesn't usually swim, and she was like, "Fine, I'll get in the pool." And there's a lot of nudity going on at that point. This party was crazy, and she was like, "You got to get in the pool and get naked." And I was like, "I'm not doing anything." Well, I don't know. I shouldn't tell this story. This is.
No, we should sum it up as a piece of advice. If you're throwing a big party, especially if there's an alcohol involved and it's getting late, and there's a pool, just announce that there's a naked pool party. Take your clothes off and jump in, because you will be absolutely amazed the number of people that follow you.
Naked.
Like, everyone just ripped their clothes off, and I'm like, what is happening in the universe? Is just.
It's crazy because
more women than guys. Naked, yeah. Absolutely more women than guys.
Oh, yeah.
They were just clothes off, boom, done, jump as well. I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen in my whole life. Like, why didn't I do this 10 years ago? So every party I was at with a pool.
Yeah. So what happened was I was down to my boxers, and I was like, yeah, I'll jump in the pool naked. If you
went to my boxers
and whipped down my
boom,
boxers.
that shit was off in 2 seconds.
It was like. I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you whipped down my pants. I'm sitting there with my pants down. I'm like, well, I guess I'm getting in the pool now.
Yeah, at that point,
yeah. So it's like it was a good party. So yeah, there's
nothing but socks and sandals on Jeff.
That's right, socks and sandals in the pool. Swim with my socks and sandals, man. So anyway, some people might have seen my cock. I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible. It was dark out though, man. It's not like I was looking either.
Yeah,
I was like, man, the guy shaves his armpits, but. I don't shave my armpits, but I'm a well-trimmed motherfucker, man.
I see.
I'm meticulously styled down there, like just perfect, man.
Just
shave the room.
It's not as soft as your armpit hair, is it?
No, I gave up on that. It used to be, but it got too long. It's an art form, though.
Is it really? So, would you say you have a world-class like pubic hair situation?
Yeah.
World-class.
Yeah.
Why don't you just posterity? Guys, man, start a YouTube channel. Worldclasspubes.com.
World-class. All right, man. I'll be up.
Just put a big black rectangle over your cock.
I was thinking of piercing my cock.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have any piercings on my whole body, and for some reason I've been inclined to.
You're gonna start with the cock?
Yeah.
What?
And end with the cock. Like, I was thinking just the cock. Like.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you put it in your cock? You put it through the
I don't think there's a few places you could probably put it through. I mean, I wouldn't want it to interrupt intercourse, but,
But What? So why start with a cock? Is it?
I think it's a good conversation piece because people are like, "Do you have anything pierced?" And you're like, "No." Well, I have my cock pierced, and then the natural response is like, "No, you don't." It's like, "Yeah," and then it's an excuse to pull your cock out. As soon as someone's like, "You have your cock pierced,"
okay.
Boom!
I gotta call you on this.
Okay.
Okay. So my understanding of a conversation piece is that it starts from scratch a conversation. So
yeah.
So it's not. When people prompt me, and they do often ask me about my piercings, I will then bring up my cock piercing. No. It's you notice it. It's like, were you in Africa? That's an amazing statue.
You lead the question. You're like, man, that's a crazy piercing you had there. The hoop thing, crazy. Oh man, yeah, piercings. Oh, I've always been a bit scared about piercings. Oh, you don't have any piercings yourself? Is the natural question. Yeah, I do. I know one. Boom. That's it. Next thing you know.
Terrible, man.
Terrible.
This you don't need an excuse to about your cock. Yeah, I don't know, conversation piece. Probably what you're saying is it's a good personality indicator or something. It's like it says something about you if you have your cock pierced.
I mean, it opens up 50,000 windows that didn't exist previously to pull your cock out in a public situation, and it's cool. How else are you pulling your cock out in a bar and everyone's not calling the cops? It's like you're showing off a piercing.
Tattoo?
Or tattoo. You could tattoo it. That would hurt, though. Well, the piercing might hurt, too, I guess. Fair enough. But probably, it's done. And you're like, okay, that's it. And you're over it. Take some ibuprofen.
And you know what?
You don't have to sit there for 2 hours. It's like, oh, my God.
There were those guys, the cock piercers in high school, remember? I don't remember their real names. But they had dick rings.
Really?
Full on dick. Remember that? We called them that. And they literally, it's funny you're telling me this, they literally showed me their dicks in a bar. In a public bar.
There you go!
And it was like, they're like, I was like, because it was, in high school it was a new thing. It was weird. It's like, you have your dick pierced? He's like, yeah, you want to see him? Like, everyone's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah.
And Jeff's like, yeah, getting really excited. Like, I really do.
No, I'm miming what they were doing.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not like, so he whipped out his dick and he's like, yeah, there it is. It pierces here, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, that is very informative. Thank you very much. You can put it away now. And you put it away. And it was like, all hell didn't break loose. It wasn't like the devil was possessing us. And it wasn't like, we were breaking all these laws and destroying society. It was like, I saw your dick in a bar and there was a piercing in it. And that was the purpose of it.
A valuable piece of life advice if you're a man who's heterosexual and likes breasts. So if you meet those two qualifications, then if you ever meet a girl who tells you her breasts her nipples are pierced, you tell her you do not believe her. And then you thank me later. That's it. There is only one response that exists in the world to, I know my nipples are pierced. And that is, I don't believe you. And then you say, Jarrett's a smart man. You're a smart man.
Yeah. There's a handful of ways, no pun, to prove that you have your nipple pierced. But they're all good.
My friend has a cock tattooed on his cock, and he used it all the time as a conversation starter with girls.
I have a cock on my cock.
Your friend's a smart guy, man. He had a lot more girls look at his cock than probably you have. I mean,
and it's like, oh no, it only, you can't really appreciate it. It only looks good when it's hard. I'm trying, but I'm sorry. It's just I'm a little nervous. I don't know what I can do.
You get one of those tattoos and you're like, oh, you can't really see it.
You can't really see it.
It's really hard. Do you mind if I just hold on, just look at me in the eye?
It only
I think that humor's only funny to over.
Here's the new thing. It's like you'll never believe this about me. It's a really weird thing. But my jizz is blue.
You have jizz blue yourself.
I jizz blue. I swear to God, I jizz blue. You really have to see it. Oh man, it's so hilarious. And it's like, fuck, it's not working. Oh well. All right, see you later. Oh
man.
Conversation starters.
Yeah. Conversation enders too. Jeremyitis. Jeremy, the guy who tweeted about finishing Breakfast of Champions, asking you what else you recommend. Vonnegut is such a stranger writer. I think he means strange. Did you read Stranger in a Strange Land? That's what I recommended to you next. So I'm curious, man. I actually can't even look at pierced nips. I have a weird nipple thing. Do you know this about me? Are you going to learn something about me tonight?
Explain, yeah.
Will you learn something about me with a few hundred other people? I have a weird nipple thing, and it's the opposite of a fetish. It's that like I can't like deal with nipple sensation
on yourself.
On myself. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like by far the most sensitive part. Like I can't even.
So when you see nipple piercings, you're like, yay.
I can't touch my own nipples. No one touches my nipples. Stacey doesn't. No one touches my fucking nipples. Do not touch my fucking nipples. It's like it's so fucking off limits, right? Because they're so hypersensitive that when I see someone with a nipple piercing and I vicariously experience that sensation, I just literally implode emotionally. Like I shake. Like it's that moment of like, holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck, and you can't get it out of your head that you imagine you just did that to your own incredibly, ridiculously sensitive part of your body.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. So when I see other people with nipple piercings, it fucks me up. It fucks me up, yeah. I do not want to see nipple. I couldn't actually probably like date a girl with nipple piercings unless she like always had a bra. Like I think it would ruin sex. Like I wouldn't be able to get over it. Like I would just probably stare at it and shrivel. Like it's the idea. Oh my god, man! I don't know if my nipples are more sensitive than everybody else, but man, my nipples, man. Can you just like pinch your nipples and pull them and shit like some people can? I don't even touch my nipples, man.
I can't.
And your nipples just like whatever? Would you pierce your nipples?
No, it's different from like other skin. You know, it's like it's like, but I don't like it. Like,
oh, ever get a burning nipples from running? No, I don't run. But I've seen pictures of people with blood down their shirt. I can't look at those pictures, man. Oh, you've seen those pictures, marathon runners, just bleeding from their nipples.
From the friction, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Depends on the shirt too. You can have a bad shirt that like rubs when you walk, and it's like, it can irritate your nipples.
Yeah, absolutely can irritate your nipples. Yeah. And the sound styrofoam makes, that's a terrible sound. Oh, Jeremy, I'm reading Slaughterhouse 5 right now. Nice, that's right. Yeah, that was my alternate recommendation. Not sure if I'm enjoying it. I'll check it out. Not sure how much I am enjoying it. That's a weird one. That's fair enough. You've read Slaughterhouse 5, right?
I have, yeah.
And Breakfast of Champions?
No, I'm still reading it.
Okay.
I switched over to Business Adventures, which is the book that Bill Gates recommended and Warren Buffett recommended as their favorite business book.
Really?
Yeah. It was out of print, and it recently came back in print because of their revival of it.
John Brooks?
Yeah, he wrote for... it's a bunch of stories collected from the New Yorker from the 50s and 60s about, how the Edsel happened, what happened with the Ford Edsel, and price collusion with GE, and all these like weird like stories about communication in a company and all that. It's actually it's a really good book. It's interesting. It's very well written, very well done. Like the guy's very talented writer. So if even for just structure and yeah.
Neat. No, I'm gonna put it on the list. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Don't click that link. I don't see a link. Oh, Setsu Mariki, Gigi Setsu. The Curiosity. I want to click that link so bad.
How'd he get banned from a tiny URL link?
I don't know.
I would ban him if I were a mod. Well, we just unmodded somebody. Channel link.
Is there any mods left that clicked it?
Wyman was here.
No.
I saw him a while ago. Maybe
I won't click it. Thanks for the heads up.
Don't fucking click it.
Yeah, a couple of people did try to give me purple nurples or whatever, and were shocked at the ferocity of my reply. right? Because most people are like, oh, don't do that, you got me. But mine was like an animal that was just attacked and thinks it's being bitten at the neck, right? Like, and yeah, when people with it, aren't retarded learn, they're like, oh, okay, I guess purple nipples aren't so funny on Jeremy, on Jared.
Yeah, I've never done that. I don't
Oh, it's a picture of someone that's just on nipple piercings. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to see that.
No, I definitely don't want to see that. I could see a nipple tattoo before pierced because I don't know. Business adventures. Oh, hey, my sub expired. Well, you should go over to Patreon right now. Fix that shit. Jeremy Adams subscribe! Ooh, Jeremy Adams!
Jeremy Tiss.
Appreciates the book. You will like Stranger in a Strangeland. You've read Stranger in a Strangeland.
I have.
The Uncut. Yeah. I honestly recommend this book to anyone. Not because it's not a very difficult book. Like, it's very easy reading. It's one of the few books I've read a few times because it's funny and smart and it reads itself and it's relaxing. But definitely get the uncut version, like the larger one, because it was very censored when it first came out because it's very liberal with its sexuality.
That's interesting because when I read that, I was like, I don't know what I would cut from this.
All the orgies, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it was very graphic or very.
It's
well, I guess
not,
it was,
and it's not violent.
It was like the '60s. It was published. Or
no,
whatever.
it's just sexually liberal. That's all. But it's great. It's a neat book. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, is everything Vonnegut. I've never read a bad Vonnegut book. I've never read a book by Vonnegut. I'm like, wow, that was a waste of my fucking time. Like, ever.
Did you read, what's the one with Ice Nine? What's that one?
It's a Vonnegut?
Yeah.
Maybe not, because that doesn't sound familiar.
Oh, Cat's Cradle.
Oh, I own Cat's Cradle. It's actually on my list.
Yeah.
I'm distracted reading nonfiction. I'm in this nonfiction thing. It's boring as fuck. I'm trying to educate myself.
Yeah. Cat's Cradle I thought was okay. I thought it was like a borderline a waste of my time, but it's one of those things. It was one of those things that like I read it. It was higher priority on my Vonnegut list because there's an article that where Vonnegut rates his own novels. You know, A, B plus, whatever, and Cat's Cradle was pretty high, so I read it. But it's one of those things that's like, yeah, it seemed like not very interesting or new because a lot of things had copied it that I experienced. You know, a lot of movies and television and other forms of art. So, but it's all right.
And I generally I don't recommend like The Great Gatsby, of course, amazing. Brave New World in 1984 and A Catcher in the Rye and stuff. I've read 1984 a few times. I've read Catcher in the Rye a few times. And when people ask me for good books, but I've generally stopped recommending those books because it's so cliche to recommend. Like, they're classics. They're understood that they're literary classics. So if you're like, I don't know what to read next, you should Google literary classics and start there. The same way if you're like, I don't know what movie to watch next, go to IMDb, look at top 100 movies of all time. Ignore ones that are made off comic books. Watch those ones. And it's a good place to start. But you're not going to find, I don't think, Stranger in the Strangeland on the literary classic. So it's something that you might not generally be recommended that I would recommend, and that's why I recommend it. Along with Vonnegut. You'll be recommended some Vonnegut, but not all of it. But I think he's underappreciated, man. He's jazz to music, his Vonnegut to writing. I mean, he's just... Yeah.
I'm going to start saving these photo contest.
Yeah. P, right? There's too many tabs for you? I guess it'd be easier to drop in there.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hotkeys, man.
Yeah, man, I'm all pro.
Animal Farm, of course. Like, anything by Orwell. Honestly, come on. But that stuff, like Animal Farm, was mandatory reading in school growing up in Canada. In fact, some classes read 1984 in school. I don't know if they do that anymore. I'm sure the powers that be are probably don't like that anymore. You probably don't want kids reading Orwell in school and realizing the direction of the... But
There we go. Oh, wait. Maybe there's some more here. Oh, yeah. It's this one.
And read The Adventures of Duddy Kravitz. And
The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz.
Oh, so The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz.
Yeah.
And To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm thinking back to, this is like grade 7, 8, 9 English. Books I have not read since, but I remember being decent. L'ordinateur égaré.
Ordinateur égaré and Vol à bord de Concordia.
Vol à bord de Concordia! That's early though.
Liuk Zapravin.
Yeah. That's. I don't know if any French people are here in the chat. I don't know if you had to read those books in school. But.
All right.
Robinson Crusoe.
Where's this directory I made? There it be. All right, so you can drag and drop those images, and we will judge them.
And that's all of them?
Yeah.
There are 15 images. Are you ready? What are we going to give the people that...
A topless photo of me? I don't know. We don't have any razor prizes anymore.
Picture of my pierced penis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. You're pretty awesome. I haven't read Atlas Shrugged, but I've read a lot about Ayn Rand, and I had some friends of mine when we were in university. They got really into Rand, and we used to have a lot of conversations. And naturally, I lean away from those sorts of positions, but I think I have a good enough understanding of her positions to think that she's a bit psychopathic, and I think that, you know, I don't think it's good advice in the structure of a society to go in that direction. I think you'll find that people on average would be less happy, and there would be more conflict than what she would call a commie.
Yeah, well, she's a psychopath that grew up in communist, Russia. She was in the Soviet Union. She went to America, and swung the other way. That's Ayn Rand, and it's a simplistic point of view, I think it's culturally it's important because it is a point of view that was sort of unique and done well in the art forms that she created, but it's got very little to do with reality because it's too simplified. The whole fountainhead business of like one man's, anyway. It's many people have said it better than me, so I'm not going to try to articulate my position on Ayn Rand, but it's the common position, I think. Mm-hmm. Do you want to do a photo contest?
I do. More than anything in life. All right, so the topic was Jeremy's death. Let's start
How does Jeremy die? Let's see. Okay.
How does Jeremy die? Here we go.
So he dies by having a bandana and a big dick bulge and veins.
He drew that whole fucking thing, though?
I think someone drew that whole fucking thing.
He's got arrows in his shoulders. Is this Skyrim? No. This is...
This is like...
Yeah, this is some Skyrim inspired, right?
He's got magic in his hands, and... I don't know. He's a sorcerer. He's like what? I don't know.
He's undead in this. So Jeremy never dies. I'm getting the theme. Jeremy never dies. He only becomes more powerful.
Or it's his death and he came back. The arrows killed him and he came back being an undead.
People are saying bleeding nipples. Your nipples are not there. His nipples would be closer to the bottom here. And in fact, with these kinds of pecs, his nipples, as Dave would like to say, point down. Your pecs are impressive when your nipples point down and not forward, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It's very important to Dave that his nipples pointed down. All right. All right, next picture.
So there's the bleeding nipples. We'll call that bleeding nipples.
Call that bleeding nips. This one is, oh my God, it's
Lion
so
King.
sad.
So this is Doug. Even Doug looks sad there. He looks like it's a blue steel sadness.
It is a it is a very blue steel sadness. Aww.
You died with your eyes open. And
yeah. Aww.
So yeah, Jeremy's dead there.
Jeremy's dead, and that's sad. That's
The Lion King one. We'll call it Lion King. Okay, here's like ice bucket on your head and
ice bucket.
What's death about that? Anyway, I don't know.
I die from cold.
No, this guy I think said it's not for the contest, but I thought it was like whatever.
Oh, is that my face on Author Hugo?
I think you did a poor job of that thing that you do.
I wonder what year is this. I can't tell because I never look different. It's I don't age.
Dude, I haven't seen you wear that shirt. Was that shirt like from the old days or new days or what?
It's in my closet. Nice. I just it became a con shirt. I wear it out to the cons.
Oh, this one's got transparencies.
Dude, this guy's all PNG. He's smoking weeds, shooting people, eating Doritos.
GetPaint.net. Why are people on GetPaint.net? Like, who is that fucking guy?
Yeah, Photoshop contest, GetPaint.net, Illuminati.
Doritos? Like, what?
Weed smoking.
But who is that guy?
He's a fan with paranoid schizophrenia, man. I'm not judging, but seek help.
Oh, the guy's face. Like, what face is that?
Oh, that's Kappa, isn't it? Yeah, it's Kappa.
Kappa?
Yeah, Kappa.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're very entertaining on stream, Kappa. Right?
I don't know what that is. I don't know.
I think you're a very smart man, Kappa. Never mind. It's just a weird fucking thing.
I don't know what you're saying. So what is this? There's some golden bunny with a tail and...
That looks so familiar. Oh, everyone's... Look at all the Kappas, man! See? It's Kappa, dude!
So, Kappa is...
Kyle's such a noob sometimes. Yeah, this is Jeff's legitimate introduction to Kappa, right?
I just learned about Kappa.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So what does it mean? Is it a sarcasm tag or what?
Jesus, fuck Jeff. It's Kappa, for fuck's sake! This is... I should know what game this is from, but it's a golden bunny rabbit with a tail... And I'm dead. Can someone help me with what game this is? It's RuneScape? Okay. Didn't play RuneScape. Knew some crazies that did. A2.
Okay, so Doug has a banana in his mouth. He's stabbing Jeremy. And he's crying.
I think he's sucking my banana dick, man. I mean, right? Is that my banana
My
dick?
boner.
Yeah, right? No, my boner.
So your dick comes out of your side of your body.
I have multiple penises in this universe. I don't even know what this is. I got one tear.
All right,
I'm so confused.
Okay, so is the intention that Doug is sucking Jeremy's banana dick? What is the banana?
Ask the artist.
Yeah, I'm asking the artist. What is the intention of the banana in Doug's mouth? Anyway, I don't know who's admitted it, but...
Fine. I've been deleted. Alright, we got some more to go. Next one, this one. Alright, here we go. What's this? I'm Gollum, right? I'm Gollum. I've got the ring. That's a good face, actually, for that. Could have stretched me longer to make me look so fat, but...
That looks like the face after Kyle's short film.
It does, doesn't it? Ooh, not so bad. Not so bad. He's got the gum and creative.
Mm-hmm.
Next. I'm choking to death.
On a smoked meat sandwich.
Oh, I thought it was a weird piece of pizza.
Dude, your eyes are pure white.
Dude, they are. Yeah. Is that Taddy's hand on my throat right now?
No, that's your own hand. Because you drank the poison.
Yeah, I drank the poison. Okay. Oh, fuck me.
Oh, it's a late entry, too. Oh. Click here if you want to get it. See if it's worth entering. Wait.
Sure, we'll show it in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so, here we go. Back. BattleNet. Nope, no BattleNet. I could really just close that. I mean, and then be like, no, please stop. What are you doing? Okay, next. Where do we stop? Right here. Alright.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, it is. Lots of effort put in this Photoshop. Took the theme very seriously.
So we got Dave, October, Kyle, Doug, Master. We got
Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell.
Tyrell. And
Taji, and then lips
Taji.
from Anvil.
I like Taji's legs versus her head size.
There are a lot of bobbleheads there.
Dude, the Dave face is actually really perfect. Like it's. I find that really.
And the
really
ghost
funny.
owning.
And the ghost owning. I like this one, man.
This is probably my favorite. This is gonna win, I think, from what I've seen so far.
Yeah, I like this one, man. Yeah, it's just that like there's a lot of work went into that. You know, he's cut off a lot of faces, found good expressions for each of the faces that fit the direction the person's. And the ghost owning. Man, this is a sad picture, man. It's good. All right, so. This
one's pretty good too.
This one's pretty funny.
Big game.
Dude, where is that face from? It's like an oh my god Facebook.
It's the poison again. It's probably a flip poison.
It's pretty good, pretty good.
So that's Ned Stark, and then that's the woman that like took care of the girls.
Yeah, that's George W. Bush. On the far side.
Yeah, and he made her look.
He made her look at her father's head. Motherfucker.
Yeah, well, she became a cunning hard ass in her own way.
She sure did.
She learned about the world. Okay, that's 2001. That's the worst Photoshop job I think I've ever seen. That is just terrible.
So bad.
It's like laughably bad. How bad that is. Like. I'm now laughing and Jared's laughing. That's so terrible. So bad. You should uninstall Photoshop.
You should uninstall Photoshop.
Yeah,
oh man!
Balls.
Wow.
The bad guy defecated. I like defecated.
I do like defecated. There's some good font in there.
Yeah.
This is I don't even know what this is from, like Mortal Kombat. I don't recognize that. I should recognize that. Who is the bad guy, by the way? It looks like that's Photoshop. Well, I know it's good, but it's not a winner, right?
Yeah, it's really good. Not the winner. I like the defecated.
Yeah, I like the defecated. This actually made me laugh out loud.
This is a gut laugh. This is
a gut laugh. Yeah. Still a gut laugh. It's still a gut laugh. Could have made the head bigger, proportions and all, but it's funny. That's funny.
Oh, apparently it's Final Fantasy famous death. Okay.
Yeah, famous Final Fantasy. Yeah. No.
That's not the winner though, right? Yeah.
No. This one's good for a gut laugh, but the effort, but it's funny though, right?
It's funny. It's a good idea.
I don't know the connection to Miley Cyrus, but
last one. Jeremy's succumbed to zombies.
It's a good face. It's a good job. He rotated it properly. He cropped out the white, unlike the other dude there, and go there. And is that how Jeremy goes down in the zombie apocalypse?
Conscious while intestines are being consumed.
Seriously. It looks like a Juggalo concert, dude. Look, who's this guy?
Juggalo concert.
All right. We have seen them all.
No, there's one more, the late entry. It wasn't in the order. Where was it? There it is. All right.
Who's that, Jeff?
Isn't that the guy with the golden mouse?
No.
Who is that?
It's a good guess, though. That is MC Minchul. The greatest StarCraft 2 player of all time.
So he's gonna stick his dick through the back of your head?
Yeah.
And fuck your brains out?
Little do you know his first thoughts would be his last. If Minchul takes me from behind. All right. So we're looking at these.
Yeah, I think it's the funeral, man.
It's just funeral? I mean, it's up to us here. We can put some finalists on the screen.
I think we should just
That's a definite. I mean, come on, right?
I think we should just there's I don't know. There are some top ones. A lot of them are good, but I don't think we need to do an official top 3. I think we can just do a winner.
Yeah, the winner.
Oh no, actually no. We should vote. We should vote. We always do a straw poll.
Yeah, yeah. There's these ones. Like if we had to pick 4 and then we do a straw poll.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Which 4 would they be? This one.
Well, let's. Can we wait for the banana answer? Sound obliterated. Well,
what happened to the
RIP
sound?
sound. Oh, you gotta. There you go. Okay, so.
No sound.
Can we get an explanation for the banana, because there might be some artistic insight that I'm not aware of.
Where is the banana here?
Like, because if there is some genius reason for the banana being there, and
I don't see the banana.
It's right there. You know, can we get it's not an official finalist, but can we get an explanation for it? Is he sucking Jeremy's banana cock? Is he stabbing Jeremy with a banana? Is he choking himself with a banana because of the sorrow of Jeremy's death? What is Doug doing with that banana? We can name them. Oh yeah, you're gonna do both. Cool.
Yeah, let me top left funeral. Alright.
He's eating lunch, man. I don't know. I don't know who submitted that, but anyway, we probably won't get an answer. We're making a straw poll for everyone right now. Banana. All right.
What? Please choose a title. Oh, yeah. Okay. It is available at... Here's a straw poll. Straw poll going into the chat.
Official done.
Official done. I am taking a pee. We'll come back. We'll see who the winner is, and we'll pick up something to give him.
All right. Vote. Go vote. Banana is for scale. Well, we'll see. Funeral and landslide. Let's see. Oh, landslide funeral. Look at that. Wow. It's really rocking and rolling. Wow. 63% funeral. Crazy. Well, we'll leave it up for a bit and yeah, banana fail, yeah. If no smoked meat, then funeral. Yeah, you know, I thought smoked meat was pretty good too. It's too bad. Mine are best. Oh, I didn't see that one where Jeremy gets stabbed. He's smoking a doob from behind with a Counter-Strike person. Yeah, that straw poll is pretty conclusive. Yeah, no point. The vote is in, guys. Well, I don't know what kind of prize we have. I'll have to talk with Jarrett. Maybe we can send you some Noob Store gear. And have your efforts be rewarded. Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. Thank you for this photo contest. It's a pretty solid victory there. Myron made the funeral one. No way. Well, we'll see. We'll see what we can reward you with, Myron. We did not know. There was no favoritism. Oh, Myron's just kidding. I see. It's the German scientist. Make sure you email us at noobschoolbus@pwnage.com. Myron's full of lies.
Back, man. Oh, they're back, man. Oh, you like those sounds? Oh.
Socks and sandals. Fashionable shit. Motherfucking fashions happen all the time.
Alright, so, have you looked at the poll?
Yeah, it's pretty landslidey.
Pretty landslidey? Yeah, it is pretty landslidey. Alright, man. That's it. That's a congratulations.
So,
who made that one?
Apparently it was, they said, the German scientist. Apparently, I don't know.
Can we please get another coupon for the noob store, Jeff?
Oh, there's no coupon happening.
There's no coupon. What's all this, though?
I'll be back.
Oh, it's all these. Okay.
Didn't want to mess with your Twitch.
There. Now, now that was me turning on a graphic, but I don't actually know if that coupon's enabled. But Stacy, I don't think, has ever missed a stream night. So if it's not enabled, this is the first one it's not enabled. Sorry, I should have had that graphic on the whole time. I didn't know. Typically when we stream, Stacy's on the balls, and she turns on the coupon code during the stream. And I think Stacy actually fell asleep upstairs, even though it's only 8 p.m., because it was a long night last night. And so it's probably going to be on like all day till tomorrow. Unless it's not on at all, but then I don't blame her. It's been a rough day. Who made the funeral one? Do 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 do. Who made the funeral one? The German scientist. Is that true? I step forward. Thank you. Thank you, the German scientist. Woo! Uh-oh. Now shall... Yeah, maybe I should have looked at who actually made it. Sweet, the German scientist. So the German scientist, PM us on Twitch, like to our PM account, and just send us your name and address or whatever your mailing address is, and I don't know what you're gonna get, man. We'll mail you something. I don't know. Could be a picture of my nipples. Could be a picture of my cock if you're really lucky. You join the club, man. I recommend checking yourself, Jarrett. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Exapeke says that. Oh, he means checking who made the photo. Oh, I thought he's like, check yourself, bro. You need to check. What the fuck? We all made it. It was a group effort. If you ever do get a t-shirt from me, you might want to wash it first. I didn't watch WoW's new cinematic. Jeff did before I came here. He mentioned earlier that he thought it was cool, but he wasn't as impressed as Riot's latest cinematic. And it's been kind of so I haven't seen it, so I can't judge. But typically, for me, the last like decade plus, like Blizzard represents the highest level of art design in video games. Like I think they have like the highest quality artists working for them. But I do think that in the last year or two, like Riot Games is really, I mean, they got the cash now, right? But they've really stepped up their game, you know. Yeah, especially with the new Summoner's Rift, all the visual updates coming to League of Legends, like the game is getting really, It's really pretty. When it first came out, it looked like a Warcraft 3 mod, but honestly, it's getting next level, man. It's getting next level. Jared, can I still get a bandana rubbed in your balls? You can. Not one from the store, because the store's not on my house anymore. But if you ever meet me in person at an event, I will rub stuff on my balls that's not sharp. Stuff that would preferably absorb some of the sweat on my balls to make it a mutually beneficial exchange. But I still do that. Do I follow the LOL pro scene? I totally follow the LOL pro scene. Although not, I mean, these days have been pretty busy. Mostly I just follow the North American LCS. I keep up through like text, like through like / League of Legends or whatever, and I don't get to watch the games, but I keep up with the results of the Korean leagues and the European LCS. But mostly I if I'm gonna watch a game, I like to watch the North American LCS. I feel closest to that one, I guess. And honestly, lately, and my favorite teams have changed a lot. I used to cheer a lot for Curse because their support player back in the day, Element, is from Vancouver. He's Canadian, and he's a really cool guy in real life too. So I cheer for them. And then they unceremoniously booted him from the team, and I hated fucking Curse so much. But then St. Vicious, everyone realized he did suck, and then he's not on the team anymore. So that went down a bit, my hatred. And then lately, their mid laner, Voyboy, he's sort of just been like consistently running Tristana mid as an AD, and that just steals my heart. So all of a sudden I found myself for the first time in a long time cheering for Curse again. But I generally cheer for CLG. I like Double Lift and Afromu in the bot lane. I main ADC when I play LoL, so I like CLG. But these days I can't help it. Like I found myself cheering pretty hard for Curse because of Voyboy. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, man. Love pro LOL. Still watch some pro StarCraft 2, but only when my favorite players are playing. Generally these days, I'm only watching StarCraft 2 if it's MC or Grubby playing. Maybe Todd, even though he's a fucker. If Todd's actually in a tournament, then I'll tune in. But but these days, yeah, I don't get to watch as much as I would like. But these days, if I am going to watch, I mostly watch NA LCS. Yeah. Dota 2 announcer pack is on hold. We've talked about it before. I've got to make a new FAQ. Gotta make a new fucking FAQ. My main ADC has been Tristana since League of Legends beta. I'm not a bandwagon jumper. I played Tristana when my teammates would rage at me for picking her, telling me she's shit and I'm shit for picking her in Champion Select. And now she's huge. And I find what's funny is that now she's like a go-to main ADC in almost every game. I don't want to play her anymore. I like want to go to obscure picks. But Tristana and Caitlyn are my two go-to ADCs. And although I'm gonna bring Graves back, baby. Been playing a little bit of Graves lately, just a tiny little bit of Graves. And, I love the Graves, man. Something so fun about Graves. Just so much upfront. Burst your fucking face down. That it's good. I'm a total hipster ADC, man. Dude, it's just that, I'd be like, yeah, my main's Tristana. Oh, your main's the best ADC in the game right now. Yeah, like, totally, that was your main. But seriously, man, I leveled 1 to 30 on Tristana, only character I used. I played her top, mid, or bottom. Like, I didn't care where, but I knew that I was picking her in Champion Select. So, we go way back, me and the little Yordle. We do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, man. There's that new champion. Check him out, Nar.
Yeah, I saw Nar. I played on a team with Nar.
Yeah. He's alright.
Cool.
I was super excited when he was announced because, like, oh my god, it's a Yordle. It's the first Yordle, the little people in a long. And I like playing little people. I don't know why it's stupid, but I do. And I played him a bit on the public test realm. And
people are saying my zipper's down.
Yeah, it probably was.
Fucking buttons, man, and they're done up.
But his uncontrollable shapeshift that's super predictable is. Yeah. If you're playing someone that understands how to play against Nar, like, I think you're not going to get much benefit out of that. It's actually frustrating when you want to stay little and you just become big, or you want to stay big but you.
It's also weird. It's like, guess what? This champion has an uncontrollable thing to it. Like, yeah, sure, I understand. Like, every 4 hits is a stun, or every however many hits does this. Like, yeah, you're not controlling that. It's just a bonus. But like, to have your whole character change and the functionality of your keys change.
Yeah, everything changes. You have some control over it because it has to do with his tantrum, like his temper. Mm-hmm. He gets angry every time he attacks, and you can watch it grow, but it leaks slowly over time. Mm-hmm. So if you just don't auto attack as much, and you just take the last hits, you don't ever attack unnecessarily, you don't boomerang unnecessarily, you can really hold it off, and you can almost stay little forever. But at the same time, there's that moment you just want to go big. Like, I don't know, when I first saw the champ, my heart jumped because I've been waiting for another Jace, another Nidalee. I absolutely love Jace. I love, like, a conscious transformation, like an R transform, and having,
options,
6+ abilities instead of just the normal 4, and being able to transform. So when I first saw him, I'm like, oh my god, they made another transforming champion. I'm like, and he's a Yordle, a transforming Yordle. I was like, I'm going to main him. That's it. I don't even care how bad or good he's, like, that's my new main. Mm-hmm. And then I played him on PB, and I was like, oh, like, you can't control when it happens, and it's totally predictable with a big bar above your head. And then even when the bar fills, even though if they're totally not retarded, they already saw the bar fill, then you run around for 3 seconds going before you transform, and it's like, I don't know.
We are going to Fan Expo in Toronto.
Yeah, LoL does feel very casual as hell, but it's still insanely pleasant game to watch or play, which is, it's just so true, man. It's so true. It feels so, when you, especially coming from RTS like I did, like I went from StarCraft 2 to League of Legends, and I was like, this is hilarious. Like, this is so funny. I'm going to stomp the shit out of this game. Oh my god, all these fucking noobs. But then you play for a long time, and it's like, it's a hell of a lot harder getting Diamond in League of Legends than it is getting Diamond in StarCraft 2, I'll tell you that much. It's so much more than just mastering your own mechanics and your own discipline. It's like mastering this whole teamwork thing, and like the raging thing, and like it's deep in a way that's not immediately obvious at all, and it has to do with the skill involved in managing teammates that I'm not good at. Mm-hmm. I guess, right? But yeah. But yeah, that's why I like playing ADC, because my mechanics make right? You like my mechanics?
Tick mechanics. That's right.
You can see, if you can see me play. I don't play many other games on the stream, but occasionally I've had a couple solo LOL streams lately for playing some ranked or whatever. So.
What do you think about Riot slowing down the amount of champions they release now?
I love it.
It's already too many for a new person coming to the game. It's already too many.
Yeah, I remember the first time I met Riot, and they brought us out to the World Championships in Season 2 randomly, and we're on a big bus, and we're talking to them, and they're all pausing, like, what do you think about the game? Like, and I was like super 100% honest. I'm like, it's pretty good, but I don't see any longevity to it as a sport. And they're like, what? Like, what? And I'm like, well, dude, you're... Like, literally every month the game changes. Like, you're putting out a champion a month. Like, I mean, literally every month the game changes. If you take 6 months off the game and then you watch another pro match, you don't understand half of what's happening, even though you played it your whole life up until 6 months ago. Like, there's such a...
And they don't want to introduce new champions that aren't played, right? So they have to introduce a champion that's
powerful,
changes everything.
And that changes everything, and it's like something, because that's what people buy, that's what people play it. So, you know, like, if you want to build a sport... I'm going to drop some esports knowledge on you that most esports studios don't seem to fully grok yet. But like, you want to build a sport, like a true sport, like soccer or hockey or volleyball or something with longevity beyond a few years before you recycle to part 2 or part 3, or they go on to a different game altogether, a different IP, whatever. Is that shit, once understood and played as a child, like soccer, stays the same, so that it's always understandable, always relatable for the rest of your life. And I watch tennis. I love watching tennis because I played tennis growing up, and tennis is tennis and it will never change. I can watch soccer, I watch hockey, and I understand everything. I watch the whole game, and it's as beautiful as it was back then, and it's the same as it was back then, and I understand it. If all of a sudden I went and turned on my TV 20 years later and wanted to watch tennis, and they're hitting some crazy fire thing with triple rackets, and all the scoring system has changed, and everything's fucking changed, and I don't understand what's happening, I'm turning off tennis, and I'm going to go watch something else that's familiar to me that I understand and can get enjoyment out of. Because, you know, enjoying it, you need to understand it first. So fundamentally, League of Legends is broken as an esport. Any game is, in which you're fundamentally changing the game as it goes on. That's it, you're done. StarCraft 2, the expansion pack's stupid. Absolutely fucking retarded. StarCraft 2, and I said this in beta StarCraft 2, like, so I'm talking pre-Heart of the Swarm, This is what the fuck was the first one called? I can't even give the first one a name, right? It's like StarCraft 2. No, let's name it. It's the first iteration. Let's fucking name it. It should have been StarCraft 2 done. In fact, should have been StarCraft done. Not even a fucking 2. That's stupid. But I mean, like, it doesn't begin to Legacy the Void, in my opinion. And I felt this way for years and years now. And I stopped taking Heart of the Swarm as seriously because I'm like, doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. Need to see Legacy the Void. Need to see the last one. Because, and I do think it might be the last StarCraft ever. I don't think there's going to be a StarCraft 3. They didn't make enough money off it. There will not be another one. StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void is going to be like the last Blizzard RTS possibly ever. Then it matters. Yeah, sorry, it's Wings of Liberty. Then it matters. And then I'll get back into it, and I'll give it a shot. And I'll say, hey, is this something that I can dig, that I can get into, emotionally, that will keep my interest for 10, 20 years? And if it is, I'll get into it. And I'll go and I'll hit diamond, and learn the game, and I'll watch the game, and I'll know that 10 years from now there might be still a pro scene. I can go back and I can watch games, and I understand what's happening. The units fundamentally haven't changed, minus tiny balance tweaks, but the units fundamentally haven't changed, and I can invest that time spent learning all that. But MOBAs, man, they're cool now, but the only reason they're the biggest esports in the world is because they have the most players. League has 30 million active players, and the percentage of League players that are esports fans is actually much lower than StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 makes a better esport. It's just that the actual number of people playing StarCraft 2 is like 1/10 the size or 100th the size of League of Legends. But the number, the chance of a StarCraft 2 player being an esports fan is actually much, much higher than a League of Legends player being a fan. That's because the game is naturally a better sport. League is killing it because they just have so many goddamn players that even if 1% of them think of it as a sport and watch a sport, they have the most players in the whole world. But I think, and I'm excited for, and we'll see what happens after the movie and whatever we can do, but I think, man, there's such an opportunity here for someone out there to make a game that is the best electronic sport you can conceive of, that is so much better than League of Legends, so much better than StarCraft 2, so much better than all this shit that they're making, and they're not fully considering it to be a sport from the ground up. Like, from, hey man, okay, we're going to design a new game. Step one, like, what are we thinking about? What's the most important fundamental, what are the axioms of designing a fucking esport? No one's done it. No one's fucking done it. Everyone has repurposed games to be sports. No one has made a fucking sport.
And it's interesting because there's the whole like buying the game aspect, buying the sport, and like which in traditional sports is not even a consideration. Do you have to buy soccer to play it? You have to buy a soccer ball, sure, or whatever, or you can't have to have something to kick around, but you don't have to buy the set of rules, buy the mechanics, buy the sports that are professional sports became that way because of natural selection, because that's what people wanted to watch, and it's selling tickets to the games that made it a business and made professionals. But it's almost as though the buying the copy of the game tainted that process of making it an actual spectator sport. Maybe if all video games were free, would we have 5 video games that were all huge spectator sports, rivaling football and
we might
tennis?
And we might,
and
honestly. Yeah, could be Mario Kart, man. Could be F-Zero. I don't know what it could be, but
it's this whole thing of like, well, we make it for the consumer that's going to buy it and play it, but we also have to make it with spectators in mind as a secondary concern. Yeah. If you were just 100% spectator focused, which is what happened with traditional sports in the business wise, then it would be a different story.
Yeah, people. Yeah, Counter-Strike Go cracked 400,000. My understanding is it cracked 400,000 viewers today, which
is really cool. It's amazing. It's great. But like, I never thought that Counter-Strike was a good spectator sport.
Nope.
Because you're switching between 5 people's first-person views, and you're just like. It's like, great spectator numbers, but it's actually very far from the ideal spectator video game.
It was good being in the stadium, and it's good being in any stadium, and you get caught up in the cheering and everything. But in terms of legibility, right? Like you can't easily look at the entire field and easily see something play out and see what's about to come, and et cetera, et cetera.
And foresee or be excited about certain combos or plays or certain engages.
It really came down to these guys are about to meet. One of them doesn't see the other. It's like, did he get that? Yeah, he's dead. He moves on, and there are tiny bursts of excitement, and it's entertaining. But if you think that's all esports can be, I mean, it's so far from how good it could be.
It does have the simplicity, though. It does have the he's got a gun. He's going to shoot him. I understand what
which is
bullets
great,
do.
yeah.
I already know what bullets do. I already know what a gun looks like.
Yeah.
You know,
400,000 viewers. Yeah.
Whereas League of Legends, what's that spell? What's that champion? A bunch of colors on the screen, right? But like, hey, some noob can just turn on the TV and already. So it has the simplicity aspect.
And I bet you, and I don't know these numbers. Maybe someone in the stream is